All right, we're back with the third league of the day, and we have spun the wheel onto Golgari Depths. So this is a Dark Depths combo deck centered in green and black. So if you're not familiar with Depths, it's basically doing the following. So you have the land Dark Depths, which when it has no ice counters on it, and it comes in with 10 ice counters, so when it has no ice counters on it, you make a 20/20 with flying and indestructible. So how are we going to make this have no more ice counters on it? Well, we're not going to pay the 3 mana that it takes every single ice counter. So instead, we're going to use Thespian Stage to copy it. The copied Thespian Stage will have no ice counters on it. You'll then Legend Rule them, getting rid of the original Dark Depths. Then Thespian Stage will be in play as a copy of Dark Depths with no ice counters. You sack it, you make a 20/20 Merit Lage. You can use Crop Rotation or Elvish Reclaimer to go and grab the lands that you need out of your deck, or Vampire Hexmage to remove all of the counters from Dark Depths and make the Merit Lage that way. You then have, in case any of this goes wrong, like your opponent wastelands your thing, or maybe they dealt with the first Merit Lage somehow, like Solitude, Prismatic Ending, Swords to Plowshares, etc., you can use Life from the Loam to get them back from your graveyard. You also have the rest of the deck being basically just a kind of mid-rangey black-green deck. You've got Thoughtseize and Duress to take your opponent's answers to your threats, or just take their stuff. Orcish Bowmasters, Sylvan Library, and Abrupt Decay. And then there is Invasion of Ikoria, which is basically X green to tutor for an X value creature, which can either be Elvish Reclaimer, or you can tutor for Vampire Hexmage. And if you've got nothing else going on, no Dark Depths in play or anything, and you just have Ikoria, you can pay 4, tutor for Hexmage, sack the Hexmage, remove all of the counters from Invasion, and flip it into an 8/8 with Reach. And for each non-human creature you control, you may have that creature assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked, which includes itself. And then 3 Mox Diamonds to speed up. Then you've got 28 lands, which are various flavors of green and black colors, but also have various toolbox applications. So you can get Dryad Arbor if you need a creature for whatever reason. You can get Beseiju, which into play isn't really actually useful. It's more just a land that you can play that's a Beseiju. You've got Karakas, which you can fetch if necessary, even though it's a white land, but sometimes it's necessary to get rid of legendary creatures. Nurturing Peatland to draw. Sajiri Step to make one of your creatures protection from a color, which can include the Merit Lage. So let's say you have Merit Lage and your opponent swords it. You can like Crop Rotation or Elvish Reclaimer for Sajiri Step to give it pro white. You've got Urborg and Yavimaya, because these lands grant the ability for Dark Depths to tap for mana, which it does not have inherently. And they just fix the rest of your lands into those colors. And of course, Wasteland. In the sideboard, we have Mindbreak Trap, because this deck can't beat Storm. So there's Mindbreak Trap. Surgical Extraction for graveyards. Shieldred's Edict, one of. And then a bunch of green spells. Sylvan Safekeeper to, again, be another protection spell for Merit Lage by sacking lands. Collector Oof for the artifact decks. Terra Sunder, again, for the artifact decks. Choke for blue decks. Endurance as more graveyard hate. And Force of Vigor for, again, the artifact decks. So that is Golgari Depths. Let's jump into the league. All right, we're on round 1 on the draw. So we only have 1 land, which is a problem with Mox Diamond, so I do not think this hand is keepable, unfortunately. So we will be mulling this. All right, this hand's not great either, but it's probably better than going to 5. So let's keep and put back what? Yavimaya? Yeah, I guess Yavimaya. All right. Obviously, this hand's like pretty bad, but I don't want to go to 5. Flooded Strand. The Thoughtseize is the main thing that's making me keep it. Aether Vial. Ooh, Island and Aether Vial. So Merfolk probably. All right, well, Crop Rotation makes this hand significantly better. So Thoughtseize our opponent. Huh, so it's Stoneblade. So they have double Stoneforge, so I can't get rid of that. I could just take Brainstorm and try to keep them off of doing anything. Although Force of Negation is preventing me from using Crop Rotation, right? So, No, it's not, because I can Crop Rotation in their turn, yeah. So let's take Brainstorm. And over to them. So blue-white Stoneblade. Well, they drew Karakas, so there comes Stoneforge Mystic. Getting what? Lion Sash. Okay. But they're also Yorion decks. So are they like Yorion D&T? No, they can't be D&T with Force of Negation. I guess I just run out Hexmage, right? Yeah, let's just run out Hexmage. Karakas is also a problem, because now we can't Merit Lage them anymore. So they just basically like shredded our whole strategy here. So I have to what, like Crop Rotate for Wasteland and get rid of Karakas? Yeah, I guess. So let's stop on their upkeep. So I need green, black, black. So let's play this. How big is this? 1/1. If it was a permanent, it gets a +1 counter. All right, combat attack with Hexmage. I guess no, because they can Violin the other Stoneforge, right? Man, it is such a problem. So they Violin Stoneforge, and then I have to go trigger on the stack, eat your Caracas, so they can't Stoneforge in whatever it is that they're getting. Yeah, all right, so no attacks. And then play the second Hexmage. The problem is I can't crop rotate now with Force and Negation up. Yeah, if they get like Cauldra, that's not so bad. I can still beat that. Put Stoneforge into play. Could I have Hexmage this in response? You may put a creature with mana value equal to... Oh, I guess I can Hexmage the Vial in response. All right, Batter Skull, that's fine. So I have to hope they brick on lands, right? Because then I go crop rotate for Dark Depths. They go attack, I go block before damage, crop rotate for Dark Depths, sack, make Merit Lage kill you. But if they hit a land, then they have Force plus Teferi. I guess we just hope that they brick. Oh, they didn't brick. God damn it. So now they have Teferi and Force open, which is a huge problem. All right, well, I'm going to double block this because both of my guys have First Strike. Going to fetches. If I do it now, I get through Force and Negation, right? They have one card that I don't know about, right? So let's do it now. Grab a Forest, and then crop rotation, grab Dark Depths. All right, and then let's see what they do. They have a Caracas, right? Yeah, they do. That's the problem. But this at least prevents them from completely tapping out. Swords to Plowshare is one of them. All right, sack and take your counters off of Vial. Vial in response to get Lion Sash into play. Well, this is going to die anyway, so I guess I just take the counters off. All right, no life gain, but now we're just like in a terrible position. What should I have done instead? Like, well, I drew Loam. Not that that's really helping here. So let's see, Thespian Stage. Yeah, all right, pass back to them. So then they Stoneforge in Lion Sash. It's like not only do they have Caracas, they also have Teferi, and they have Lion Sash to eat my stuff, so I can't even loam anything back. Like, this has just been a disaster. They just, like, everything in their deck, or everything in their opening hand lined up perfectly against everything that we were doing. And they drew the 2 lands that they needed back-to-back after we took Brainstorm out of their hand. Yeah, there's Teferi. Sure. Swing with everything. They can never tap out Caracas at the very least, but we're still taking a ton of damage here. Teferi bounce Stoneforge to hand. All right, I guess I'm going to copy this Swamp, because what else am I doing? Mox Diamond. All right, cast, get rid of Bajuka Bog, loam all these lands back. Force Negation, pitching Meddling Mage, and they drew the blue spell for Force. All right, well, we're just like super incredibly dead, right? We're dead in literally 2 hits. I can't think of any way I get out of this. If I draw Invasion, I could Invasion for Hexmage and make an 8/8, and I think I'm still even dead in that case. They can also Violin Stoneforge and then Stoneforge Cauldra in, right? Yeah, there's no reason to continue. Let's just concede here. All right, so they are an artifact deck in the sense that they have Aether Vial and Lion Sash, but they don't really have much else. I mean, I guess they have other things that Stoneforge grabs, and probably Cauldra. So Tear Asunder. Oof can stop Vial from being activated, although it also stops Mox Diamond. We probably want Sylvan Safekeeper to stop Caracas and other stuff. Edict is a maybe. No, Edict's good. What's going? They have enough spells that Duress is useful. Is Bowmasters good here? It has to be good here, right? They have Teferi and other stuff. So what do I not want? I guess they are an island. Well, they're not entirely an island deck, right? And they have Aether Vial. Yeah, Choke's probably not great against them. The invasions are probably not very good. They're slow. Getting an 8/8's not really helpful when our opponent has Swords to Plowshares. It is useful for grabbing Sylvan Safekeeper, but that's about it. Let's cut Duress. All right, let's run this. All right, this is... Well, I guess this would be decent if I had black mana. I do have Elvish Reclaimer into Sylvan Library, so that's fine. All right, keep that. So Yavimaya into Reclaimer and pass. Marsh Flats, no activation. I would like to get Sylvan Library into play. I would also like to Thoughtseize them before I do that to make sure it's going to resolve. All right, let's just play this and get ready to use Reclaimer. Opponent fetches, grabs Underground Sea, Tundra. Maybe Choke would have been good against them. I didn't realize how many blue lands they had. All right, Baleful Strix, fetch Bayou, activate the ability, grabbing probably the second Bayou. Actually, if I just grab Wasteland, I can just double Wasteland them. That might be pretty good too. All right, Wasteland and Wasteland, and then Thoughtseize them. All right, let's see. Sakashima the Imposter, eh? I think I once again just take Brainstorm, and then I have another... Yeah, just take Brainstorm. And I don't want to trade this for Strix, so let's just pass. Obviously, they can Wasteland us back, which is an issue. They drew another land off the top, of course. All right, well, let's just play Library. And back to them. Fetches with Marsh Flats. Gets a Plains. Odawara. Prismatic are library. Why do they have Lavinia in their deck in this matchup? So stage. All right, let me think this through. So I can Thoughtseize and take their Stoneforge, and then I have 2 mana open for Reclaimer to still use his ability. They have a Wasteland, though, which prevents us from actually doing what we need to do. So the Depths plan's basically off the table. That's not happening. So it's probably just take Stoneforge then, right? Yeah, take Stoneforge, and then just hold Reclaimer open. There's Wasteland. Oh, they're tapping out for Teferi. All right, plus Teferi. So activate this, get rid of one of the stages. And I don't want to give them black mana, so I probably just grab Yavimaya, right? Yeah, okay, so let's grab Yavimaya. And then I can go Abrupt Decay this, attack Teferi, play another Elvish Reclaimer, kill that, combat, attack Teferi. Goes to 2 counters, then we play another one of these Elvish Reclaimers, and then back to them. I have no idea why you would keep Lavinia in this matchup. Do they just have it like main deck or something, and they don't have anything else to swap it for? Swords our guy. All right, so let's just attack Teferi again. Attack Teferi, and then back to them. Lavinia. All right, so again, crop rotation doesn't do anything here because they can just wasteland in response. So let's just flash Bowmasters in. What if I crop rotate, like, I have a better board than they do, so what if I crop rotate for Wasteland right now and Wasteland Otawara? Oh wait, no, I'm out of Wastelands. I only have 2 in my deck. All right, we're good then. Combat, swing with Elf. Well, the play can't be to do nothing, so there's just like no good land that I can get here, right? I mean, I can copy their Wasteland, but then what? All right, let's just pass. I don't think it's worthwhile to crop rotate for a black source just to play Vampire Hexmage right now. All right, they did not have a land, it looks like. Okay, so copy Wasteland. Let's see if they pop it in response. All right, so they're just going to get rid of stage, sure. Well, we drew a land. Combat, swing with Elf. Yeah, just back over to them. Second Plains. Puts Yorion in their hand. All right, now I'll try to crop rotate. So let's crop rotate this forest and grab Thespian Stage. Become a copy of Bayou. Well. Let's see if this resolves. Combat, swing. All right, play Dark Depths, go. All right, we won that. So they do have a fair amount of non-blue sources as well, though, but they have enough blue sources that I think Choke is useful. Let's just cut all the invasions, period, and then 1 Thoughtseize, because I do still need some amount of hand disruption in order to take counterspells out of their hand, maybe, but it's not really great to draw hand disruption when you're going back and forth so much and so much off the top of the deck. All right, let's run this. Man, if only any of these lands were green. We have to mull this. All right, keeping this hand and putting back Bajuka Bog, I guess. Yeah, Polluted Delta. If they Wasteland here, I think I'm fine with that. Let's just go play Elvish Reclaimer. Fetch with Delta. Gets an island. Plays Aether Vial. Wow. All right, well, combat, swing, fetch. Bayou, play Hexmage. And over to them. Aether Vial goes up. Brainstorm. Well, now I wish I held that up. Underground Sea. Man, Choke would be great on this board, eh? So obviously I can try to go for a crop rotation win here, but I think I might be able to just beat them on the board. So let's fetch and let's grab a forest. I guess another Bayou's fine because like Wasteland hurts us regardless at this point. Let's grab another Bayou and let's play Elvish Reclaimer. And then I can just have Elvish Reclaimer up to go grab Dark Depths whenever I want. So let's attack with Hexmage and then over to them. So we can go for Merit Lage this turn, and even if that fails, we get our elves up to 3/4s. All right, they have Caracas, so... Although I can Reclaimer for a Wasteland, so that's fine too. All right, end of turn, activate this. Go grab Wasteland. Orcish Bowmasters. Okay. Obviously going to target Hexmage. So then in response, strip the counters off Aether Vial. Aether Vial's in response. Stoneforge gets the Reality Chip. Okay. And then this fizzles. Evoke Solitude. Exiling Teferi. Okay. Eat one of our Reclaimers. Huh. So let's see. I can play 2 Bowmasters, killing their Bowmasters and doing whatever else. Or I can just go Wasteland, Caracas, crop rotation for Dark Depths, and then I'm actually 1 short of being able to go off in the same turn. So it's probably more worthwhile to just attack with Reclaimer and then just double Bowmasters. They got the Reality Chip, which doesn't mean that they don't have some other big thing. Like if they have Cauldra, although they can't activate Caracas without going shields down. So, all right, let's attack with Reclaimer. Yeah, let's just pass with Bowmasters up. Aether Vial goes to 1 counter. They're attacking with the Bowmasters. All right, I'll save a damage. Cast my own Bowmasters. Kill your Bowmasters. They're gonna go shields down, eh? I guess they still have a turn, right? No? Plague Engineer. So they're gonna name Orc, kill both of these off, and then this other Orc doesn't do anything. Man, that sucks. All right, well, so even if I crop rotate for Dark Depths right now, that doesn't do anything. So, I mean, I can save this Orc army token, but then what does that even matter? Then it's just a 1/1? Yeah, all right. That resolves. Man, we got pretty hard, eh? What if I crop rotate for Dark Depths right now? Then I untap, and I'm short because I have exactly enough to use it or Wasteland Caracas, but not both. All right. It probably is still worth Wastelanding their Caracas right now, even though they have Aether Vial. I don't have any lands that are actually worth getting other than Dark Depths. I have no idea what to do here. I guess doing it now prevents them from reconfiguring the reality chip, right? All right, so just, I can go fetch another Wasteland and waste their Underground Sea. But again, they still have Aether Vial. All right, let's attack with Reclaimer, and if they block, they block. Actually, if they block, then we get to double Bowmaster on Stoneforge, so that's actually good if they block. All right, so pass. Oh, I didn't realize how low on the clock I was, jeez. All right, I gotta hurry up. Reality Chip casting, not activating Aether Vial. All right, Bowmasters, target Stoneforge. Bowmasters, target Stoneforge. Land, combat, swing with everything. Obviously, them not vialing in the Reality Chip is suspicious, but what else am I gonna do, right? Another Stoneforge, grabbing Batterskull, sure. Block here, that's fine. Aether Vial goes up to 3. Plays an island. 3 mana, can reconfigure Reality Chip, sure. All right, Wasteland, the Caracas. Green, crop rotation. All right, we won. 1 down, 4 to go. If I'm trying to put into words why I feel Legacy is better than Modern and Pioneer, you have a lot of cheap answers to stuff, including Force of Will, which is just a catch-all, which means that even the degenerate combo decks like Storm, Show and Tell, etc., can never just go all in on everything that they're doing. There's never I can just go all in, because there's always Force of Will in the format. And the very existence of Force of Will means that you have to reconfigure your deck to function knowing that Force of Will is a card that you have to contend with. So Storm decks have to put, Hand Disruption in there. It's, and things that water down linear strategies. We're on the draw. There's a lot of very intricate decision making. Your decisions matter a lot. Games are actually more grindy and value oriented than they are just who's gonna combo off on turn 3. All right, so this hand is slow, but there are payoffs in it. So I will keep this. There's also Wasteland to slow down the opponent. Flooded Strand, Volcanic Island, DRC. Let's just waste them. So Delver. Attacks with DRC, take 1, go to 19. All right. So I guess now I just play... Boseiju is going to be completely irrelevant against them, right? I guess if I draw Hexmage, I'd play that. So let's play Bayou and pass. So we got to play around Force and Daze in this matchup. Take another one from DRC. Thoughtseize is pretty good. All right. Urborg, Thoughtseize. Double Force, Daze, Bolt, Dismember. Whew. We got some spice going on here. Oh, man. Wow. So let's see. Do we take Daze because it's the most economical of their cards? And the removal doesn't matter that much? We can play around Daze now that we know about it. I'm not going to crop route into a Force of Will either. It just makes our, invasions so much worse. Yeah, let's take Daze. I'm trying to think, if I get to 4 mana and I go Invasion into Hexmage, that actually still dies to Dismember Bolt. Bolting us now. All right. So Delirium or Surveil Trigger. They put it on top. Fetch with Polluted Delta. Trop Island. Are they just going to play Murktide? Up the Beanstalk. Okay. So the Force of Wills get much better now because they are actually card... Well, they're not card neutral, but... No, they are card neutral, right? It's 2, you get 1 back. No, they're still card negative, but... Well, I guess if you count the spell, you're countering from the opponent. So I can't get this through Force of Will. I could Boseiju this, but that doesn't seem very good either. If I just Bowmaster, they're definitely countering it. I guess if they counter it, I can crop rotation for Dark Depths and then just get a Dark Depths online, right? Second DRC. All right, I need to probably respond to this. Oh yeah, so they're going to force it. Force it, pitching Force. Trigger. Let's resolve Surveil. All right, so if I crop rotation now, I know one of the 2 cards in their hand, so I can get this through. If they have Daze, they can Daze this back, but otherwise I can get it through. All right, so let's crop rotation, sack this, go grab Dark Depths. All right, so then Beanstalk Trigger resolves. We draw a card, Darcy resolves. This obviously loses to Wasteland as well, but If I get this to go off, I don't think they have an answer to it. So they're surveilling away Murktide and Wasteland. So if they pop Bauble, this is a 3/3, but we're still alive. They play 1/2 Borrowers. Well, this also loses to Wasteland, so like there's a million ways that we can just not win here. All right, they're not popping the Bauble. Second Dark Depths. So Dismember, one unknown card. They'll also draw for turn and draw for the Bauble, but so doing it, I mean, if they have Brazen Borrower, they're going to do it whenever. So doing it now plays around Wasteland. So let's play Beseiju, and then let's go copy this, paying black, and then we keep this one. And then this triggers, and we make Ye Olde Merit Lage. All right, back to them. Do you play Sajiri Step? Yeah. So I can crop rotation for Sajiri Step if they have Borrower or some other way of bouncing it. So it's Delver with Beanstalk, because Beanstalk triggers off Force and Murktide. That's what, 7 cards in your deck? They must have something else then, right? You can't play Beanstalk with just 7 cards that trigger it. Or maybe you can, I don't know. So I guess they can give these Delirium at instant speed, right? So then I attack, they sack Bauble, give it flying, block, but then they're still in a bad position either way, right? Oh wait, they're casting Ponder right now. Doesn't that give them Delirium? Land instant, no it doesn't. No, it does actually, yeah. Land instant creature sorcery. Mandrills, so then Ponder. So in order for them to get out of this, they would have to have a bounce spell for Merit Lage plus counterspell backup to stop crop rotation. Brainstorm. So Surveil, and then Brainstorm resolves, and they have no mana after that. They have a land drop for the turn that they haven't made yet. They have to attack with these. All right. Oh, they did that second main phase, so they don't have to attack. Gotcha. So if I just crop rotation for Bojuka Bog, they're dead, right? They have 2 cards in their hand. It doesn't necessarily have to be Dismember anymore, but they have 2 cards in their hand. I don't think they have anything for 1 mana that bounces this. So, all right, let me think about this. Let's say I go for Bojuka Bog, right? And then, oh yeah, I can get Sajiri Step and then just make this pro-red. Yeah, that works better. All right, so land, crop rotation, then sack Beseiju. All right, so they're not even going to bother to wait around to see me get it. They just know we have it. So let's see. Choke has got to be good. Endurance has got to be good. Terra Sunder paying 4 mana to kill Murktide doesn't seem that good. Oof's useless. Force of Vigor's useless. Shieldred's Edict is good. Surgical, not really very good. Mindbreak Trap, definitely not. Sylvan Sapekeeper is not very good either, right? Like, it's okay. So these are the cards I want. Definitely these, maybe this one. Definitely want Hand Disruption for the innumerable counterspells that they have. Abrupt Decay kills DRC, but it doesn't kill Murktide, and it doesn't kill Mandrills. It kills Beanstalk, which they already draw off of. Let's see. Abrupt Decay seems kind of bad. Let's get rid of that. And then these Icorias are just way too expensive. They have to get through Daze and Force of Will, and like, you're spending so much mana on them. They're bad too. So cut that, bring this in. And then this is only relevant if they have a bounce spell, which they could have. But this also just dies to all their removal as well. It's really hard to go all in on them in this matchup. Maybe I'm supposed to lose one of the crop rotations because they're just so bad if they get countered. All right, let's do that, I think. The alternative would be I cut this for Safekeeper, but I think I want one of them. All right, let's do that. Submit. So they have unknown amount of bounce spells, probably like 2 to 3. No black mana in this hand is very saddening. I don't think I can keep this hand just based on a crop rotation. Like, I'm crop rotating for either depths or a black mana. And if it gets countered, the hand just collapses. I don't care if they force it. I do care if they daze it. This is rough. My deck doesn't play that many lands anyway, right? No, it actually plays a ton of lands. And Mox Diamond? All right. And I'm going to keep. They're molding to 6 as well. Wasteland. Okay. Vampire Hexmage. So let's play... I guess this gets around Daze, right? They can't Daze right now. So if I just go Beseiju, then if they try to waste it, I'd crop rotate in response. The other option is to just crop rotate it immediately and Thoughtseize them. That doesn't matter too much. All right, let's just play Beseiju. And then pass. Second Wasteland. Well, there's Mox Diamond. If I pitch the Forest, that means Thespian Stage is in play, but it means it can get wasted. So if I don't pitch the Forest, then I'm pitching a Thespian Stage. That's okay. And then what am I doing after that? I'm probably just Bowmastering. All right, Forest, Mox Diamond, get rid of Thespian Stage. And let's just pass it over to them, I guess. Tropical Island. All right, well, I'm not doing nothing, so let's flash out Bowmasters. Brainstorm in response, yep. I don't know, was I supposed to just flash that on their upkeep? If they'd untapped and like played a DRC, then it's way better to hold it. Wasteland our thing, let's crop rotation in response. All right, they do have the daze, so, but they didn't daze Bowmasters, they dazed crop rotation, which is okay. All right, trigger, target you, back to us. Ooh, we drew Duress, and we have a Thoughtseize. Okay, so let's go, all right, Thoughtseize the opponent. What do you got? DRC, Hooting Mandrills. Huh. If I take DRC, then they just play Hooting Mandrills next turn, because they can go Trop, tap everything, play Mandrills. If I take Mandrills, then they get to play DRC, and then next turn play another DRC, and I don't really have an answer for that. I don't have an answer for Mandrills either, though. DRC is just like so good at filtering all their draws is the issue. So I guess the question is, would I rather face DRC plus Mandrills or 2 DRCs? Also, if they play Mandrills, it means they have to delve their whole graveyard away, and then they don't have as much for Delirium for the other DRC or Murktide. So yeah, let's just take a DRC. All right, go to combat. Swing with the orcs. The Return of Tropical Island. All right, there's the Mandrills. Wasteland. Unfortunately, I can't waste them off red. I would also really like to... So let's say I go Invasion of Ikoria for 1. I grab Elvish Reclaimer. And then I have 2 lands in my graveyard, soon to be a 3rd, and then I can play Hexmage and make an 8/8. All right, let's do that. Green, green, done. Invasion. Nah, do you have days? Do you have another days? Okay, no. So search library, grab Elvish Reclaimer, and back to you. All right, Volcanic Island. They wastelanded our wasteland, sure. Although that does grow Elvish Reclaimer to a 3/4, but it prevents us from tutoring up other lands. DRC. Man, really need to draw another black source there. So all I can do is duress them. All right. Duress you. I guess I can still sack a land, right? They have Brazen Bar or Hooting Mandrills. That's really bad for us. Because not only does duress fizzle, but it also means that I can't actually flip this, because then Brazen Bar will just bounce it back to hand. All right, back over to them. 3rd land. I also have no good blocks, because if they attack with Mandrills, any combination of blocks that I do, they can just bounce one of the creatures, and then I lose my blockers. Petty Theft targeting Elvish Reclaimer, sure. Triggers the Surveil on DRC. Yeah, I should have just gone for a black source last turn. Put a land in the graveyard. All right, so this bounces, and now we don't have a good block here, but we didn't have a good block here anyway. All right, so we go to 14. Well, we drew a black source. That is excellent. I guess I will attack them with both orcs. I don't even care if they block Bowmasters. I just want to get their DRC off the field, and this will prevent them from filtering draws. So combat, swing, attack them. Also, if they trade, it means if they do get Delirium, then they can't have a flyer to hit us. All right, that's fine. Play Elvish Reclaimer, play Hexmage, and over to them. So Mandrills and 1 unknown card, and a Brazen Borrower that they can flash in. All right, we have won. On to round number 3. So for anyone confused as to why they scooped there, it's because I can Hexmage the invasion into an 8/8, and they probably just can't beat that. I mean, technically, they could have delved to the other Mandrills and then double blocked, so they weren't strictly speaking dead there. All right, round number 3 on the draw. This looks fine. So keep Bayou, Green Sun Zenith for Dryad Arbor. Well, we can pick that off with Bowmasters in 2 turns. So for now, let's just duress them. All right, it's Chain Nic Fit. We actually don't have a way to beat this combo. All right, take Chain of Smog, go. So now they just go a Witherbloom, and then they just play Chain of Smog, and we lose. That's pretty rough. Oh, they're attacking the Dryad Arbor. They must have okay, yeah, they have a second land. So Witherbloom Apprentice, and yeah, we're dead to Chain of Smog. Incredibly. There is nothing I can crop rotate for that changes that in any way. Caracas does nothing here. All right, pass to them. Evoke Grief, getting rid of Reanimate, so they can just look at our hand and see that we don't have an answer to Chain. All right, well, that resolves. Takes crop rotation. All right, well, we're dead. Okay, so let's concede this, and then how do we beat this combo? This is only casting 3 or more spells, so it doesn't matter how many times they copy it. You don't cast the copies, right? You just copy it, or do you cast it? Let me read Chain of Smog. Target player discards 2 cards. That may player copy the spell and may choose a new target. Okay, so you're just copying it. You're not casting it, so it doesn't turn Mindbreak Trap on. Let's see. Shieldred's Edict. What else? And Surgical to get rid of the combo. That seems not great, though. I mean, we do just have Abrupt Decay and, like, Hand Disruption. You know, how much of this do we really need? I don't want to pay 4 mana for Terra Sunder, so we're not doing that. So probably just Edict. Cutting, this is pretty slow. All right, let's just run that. Huh. What does this hand do? Diamond, Diamond, Land, Thoughtseize You, Wasteland, Thespian Stage, the Wasteland. That's actually decent, right? Diamond, Diamond, pitch both Bayous, play Thespian Stage, Thoughtseize the opponent. Next turn, play Wasteland, copy it, waste their thing. And then we still have Thespian Stage and mana. And then any... Yeah. All right, keep Diamond. Get rid of Bayou. Thoughtseize the opponent. What do you got? Shieldred, Grief, Grist, Orcish Bowmasters. So Shieldred's the slowest threat. Bowmasters, I don't care about that much. Grief, whatever. So it's probably Grist. And they have a basic, so which is unfortunate. And they also have Besage You. All right, let's take Grist. So I think my plan stays the same. Diamond, get rid of Bayou, and play Thespian Stage. Over to the opponent. Plays the Forest. Griefs us. We have no non-land in our hand anyway. They exiled their Shieldred. Haha, you can't take anything. Well, there's crop rotation, so... I guess I just copy the Forest and then have crop rotation up, and then if they ever tap out, Besage You's down, and then we're good. Copy this, and then just pass to them. So now we gotta maneuver around Besage You. Oh, Besage You our Wasteland. Sure. Use the ability. Go grab Dryad Arbor. Okay. A second crop rotation. All right, back over to them. Playing Besage You. Playing Besage You. Bowmasters. Targeting Veteran Explorer. Sure. Trigger Veteran Explorer. Okay. I would like to search my library. Let's go grab the basics. All right, well, crop rotate my Dryad Arbor. And then let's copy this. Alrighty then. Game 3. Do they have too many creatures for Duress to be relevant? Probably. If I'm not playing Duress, am I just playing this one? Or am I playing Sylvan Safekeeper? What do they have that kills Lage? Like maybe Swords to Plowshares? They are playing white. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, yeah, submit. Alright, let's see. I mean, this hand's fine. We can eventually assemble the combo. Yeah, this is fine. Besage You, playing GSZ for Dryad Arbor. Like to see that when I can Bowmaster stuff. All right, play Verdant Pass, Plains, Snow Plains. All right, attacks with Dryad Arbor. We take 1. Veteran Explorer. All right, let's go and... So Veteran Explorer is in play, so I do not want to grab any basics. So fetch, grabbing Bayou, play another Bayou, and then stop in your upkeep, and I'll Bowmaster the Dryad Arbor. All right, Bowmaster... Kill Dryad Arbor. What do they have to float here? Nothing. All right. Scrubland. Attacks with Veteran Explorer. Is it advantageous for me to block them? It can't be, right? If they're attacking, it means it's beneficial for them if I block them. So it just cannot be beneficial to block here. All right. So let's attack. Swing, swing. All right. Nothing there. Play Yavimaya and Reclaimer and then just pass to them. End of turn, Opposition Agent. Sure. Swings with just Veteran Explorer, which we will not block. Oh, that's a nice little combo. Cabal Therapy us. Well, I guess I'm going to Abrupt Decay the Opposition Agent in response. Even though I don't think they'll name Abrupt Decay, but better safe than sorry. But black, green, Abrupt Decay or Oppo Agent. All right, what do you name, opponent? They could name Crop Rotation, which would be pretty bad for us. You think you're going to do Vintage and Pauper at some point? Vintage, no. Pauper, yes. All right, they did name... Oh, no, they named Bowmasters. Huh. So sack Cabal Therapy. Now they can eat the bow. Now they can eat the crop rotations out of our hand. And so yeah, I'll use the ability, obviously. Grab this, grab this. So they know these are in our hand. So I guess I'm supposed to crop rotation now. And then they just, what? Grab Shieldred's Edict out of our hand. So float, crop rotation, eat this. Oh no, they have a freaking Opposition Agent in response. All right, well, I can crop again. So may as well. So what am I grabbing here? Do I just grab one part of it? Like, do I just grab Dark Depths or Stage and just hope I naturally draw the other part? Yeah, I guess I'll grab Dark Depths. Although they get to also search our library, right? So they get to search our library for Wasteland and then Wasteland us? Yeah. All right. Whatever. Yeah, so they take Wasteland. Now they can play Wasteland. And Cabal Therapy resolves. They take our Edict. And there's Wasteland, and there goes Dark Depths. All right. Drew Ikoria. That's pretty good. Oh, wait, no. I can't search my deck. Oh, my God. All right. Well, I guess attack with Reclaimer. I don't even have a creature in my graveyard that I can get back with it. All right, swing with Reclaimer. I guess I could have just also played this for nothing and then attacked it and hoped to attack it over multiple turns, but that seems like a losing proposition. Bayou. Well, there's part 1. Urborg. All right, attack with Elvish Reclaimer. No blocks, they go to 12. Play Urborg, pass. Opponent plays Savannah. Now we're in the juicy top deck wars phase of the game. Attacks with Witherbloom, really? All right, I'll double block that. Block, block. All right, we trade off there. And then they play Deadly Brew. Each player sacks a creature or planeswalker. If you sack a permanent this way, you may return another permanent from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, so I sack this one, you sack this one, they get Witherbloom back? Oh no, wait. They had 2 opposition agents? Oh, all right. Well, still need to deal with this thing. Hey, there's another Elvish Reclaimer. That was a whole lot of circular nothing happening right there. Well, I don't like 4 mana being tapped, 5 mana being tapped, 6 mana being tapped. Green Sun X equals 5. Yeah, Elder Gargaroth. All right, well, we need to draw something pretty good here. Pretty good. Removal spell for Oppo Agent. That's probably the worst card we could have drawn. All right, we've got 1 turn to draw something. I guess I could use this to get back... I could have used this to get back another Bowmaster or another Reclaimer, right? And then I could have at least double blocked the Gargaroth. Yeah, that was stupid of me. I should have done that. I forgot that this can get things back from the graveyard. They are drawing a card. Sure. All right, no blocks. We go to 10. Witherbloom Apprentice. Oh, they just have the combo. All right. They drew exactly into the combo. Very well. On to round number 4. Hopefully Pauper stops being all that glitters decks by the time you do the leagues. I have no idea what Pauper looks like. So, I mean, I have some idea because I made a bunch of primers on them, but as opposed to the actual like percentages of what's being played, I don't know. So there's a turn 2 kill deck now. How is there a turn 2 kill deck in Pauper? All right, round 4 on the draw. This is pretty good. Let's keep this. Well, Ancient Tomb bodes poorly for us, so probably need to duress before doing anything else. Duress you, opponent. What do you got? Huh. So if I just take Mox Diamond, they literally can't play anything? Oh, I guess they can Spirit Guide, right? But then they still have to find other mana? Although they still have to find other mana even with Mox Diamond, right? I mean, this is just like insane amounts of power, so I can't actually take them off of everything. So I guess let's just take Mox Diamond? All right. Pass the turn. Ancient Tomb, Spirit Guide. Oh, they had another Spirit Guide. They drew another Spirit Guide to play the ring. Fantastic. All right, well, I guess let's get Bowmasters into play. Bowmasters, shoot you. All right, I can't shoot. God damn it. I totally forgot that I can't shoot them until next turn. So I should have done it on their upkeep. Oh, well. I wish there was like a giant fog emblem in play that would remind you. All right, so the plan is just like all-out Bowmaster Assault. Just try to make the ring irrelevant. All right, they didn't play anything, so let's go Forest. Let's just play this now because it pumps the Orc. Target you. Combat, swing, play Elvish Reclaimer, and go. Opponent's at 12. Urza's Saga, still not colored mana. All right, so I can Thoughtseize them. Thoughtseize you. Second ring, Swords Minsk, 4th Aerlingus. What gets them out of this? Just fogging us again for a turn? Let's just take the other ring. All right, combat, swing with everything. So this puts them to 7, and then the Ancient Tombs are also hurting them, so they can't afford to just do whatever. Also, the ring's hurting them too, so yeah, they're gonna die. Ring draw, double, Bowmasters. So they're at 2, they can't even tap Ancient Tomb anymore, so they dead. Mox Diamond. Pitching Ancient Tomb. All right, so they are like powerful cards, binder, mishmash dot deck. So, well, I don't even know. Like Shieldred's Edict to kill Planeswalkers? Maybe? I don't... All right, what's not good? Mindbreak Track, no. Surgical, no. Sylvan Safekeeper, maybe. We saw Swords to Plowshares. Okay, Oof for sure stops the ring. Terra Sunder stops the ring. Choke does nothing. Endurance does nothing. Force of Vigor can kill Urza's Saga and Mox Diamond, so we want that. So let's see. These are way too slow. Cut all that. It is awkward that Oof shuts off our Mox Diamonds, but what are you going to do? So I definitely want Force and Oof. I don't know if I want Edict. Probably not. All right, so if I'm bringing in Oof, I can cut Diamond, right? So let's bring that in. This to protect Merit Lage. All right, that's fine. Submit. It's also possible they don't have enough valid targets for Decay to be good. This hand's so slow. Dryad Arbor on turn 1, turn 2. If it survives, play other stuff. That's just terrible. Yeah, let's mull that. All right, better. We have the combo. We've got Safekeeper. We've got Thoughtseizes. So let's keep and put back Peatland. I want to keep Sylvan Safekeeper, protect the Merit Lage. Yeah, all right, Peatland back. There's a Saga. Ooh, Wasteland? Okay, never mind. We're Wastelanding that. 100% we're Wastelanding that. Back to them. Ancient Tomb. All right, Thoughtseize. What you got? Minx, Chrome Mox, 4th Airlingus. They can do what next turn? They can play... So the only other color source they have in their hand is Boseiju. So they have Chrome Mox and Boseiju. So they can't play 4th Airlingus unless they draw another color source. But they can play Minskin potentially, if they draw like any other card. So let's just take Minskin All right, back to them. I don't understand how WotC made Urza Saga and thought it was fine. And I say this owning a set. Yeah, there's many confusing decisions. Actually, no. The answer is money. Just money. That's enough. All right, Thoughtseize. Swords to Plowshares. Oh, it's still... we just can't deal with 4th Airlingus, so let's just take that. And then Verdant, fetch. Let's grab Bayou, play Sylvan Safekeeper, and pass to them. Naya colors with 12 colorless lands is a bit greedy. Yeah, I'm not really sure what they're doing. I guess the idea is that the ring will just recoup anything that you go down on. So Lotus Petal. So this is their hand right now. Ooh. Yeah, so let's just play Thespian Stage, Combat, Swing, another Lotus Petal. They still have nothing to do. If I copy Ancient Tomb, I guess I can force both their petals, and then they're like... That's not really a good option, though. They still have Boseiju and Chrome Mox to, like, maybe get stuff going. Let's just... Is there any reason to copy Ancient Tomb? Or Bayou, or, like, I should copy something. All right, let's, yeah, whatever. Let's copy Ancient Tomb. Caracas. All right, so swing with Safekeeper. Play Dark Depths, go. They do have Boseiju, so, like, I can't just go off whenever I want. They're playing Boseiju. Okay. City of Traders dies. Plays Minskin. Sure. Pump Minskin. Uh-huh. So this is their hand right now, right? So I just block this, copy Dark Depths, and then even if they swords, we just protect the creature with Sylvan Safekeeper. So keep this one, trigger. All right, Sylvan, protect this. All right, we won. On to round number 5. It's like 2 matches in a row where they played the Boseiju and died for it. Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, I don't get it. All right, so it's round 5, and we're on the draw again. Oh, man, this is so close. We're missing the second black source for Hexmage, but we can still play Bowmasters. All right, I'll keep Misty Rainforest, Volcanic Island. All right, so it's Delver. All right, Bayou, go. Swing, we get hit by Darcy. Cracks Flooded Strand, Tropical Island. All right, so Rug Delver. Sylvan Library. Surveils, Force a Negation away. All right, so we just slam Bowmasters as fast as possible, right? Kills Darcy, makes the library draws horrible. All right, Bowmasters, kill Darcy, and back to them. Library, no draws. Wasteland, okay. All right, let's go to combat. Swing, swing. Opponent takes 2. All right, I'm going to run out Hexmage and then play Dark Depths. Go. Red and green. Seek the Beast. Oh, Questing Druid. Okay, sure. Force of Will, DRC. Library trigger, obviously not drawing. Tapped Mystic Sanctuary. Plays Darcy. So they're 1 type away from getting Delirium. All right, so let's play Stage. So I have multiple instant speed ways of getting the Merit Lage in play, even through their Wasteland. So go to combat. Swing here and here. And we also have another Bowmaster to play. It's less mana efficient if I don't also do other things. So let's play the Elf. I feel like it's too all in to try to pop it. I would rather just keep progressing the board. Second Wasteland. Casts Questing Druid. This is Quirion, not Ranger, Dryad. Whatever that other card is. Whenever you cast a spell that is a color that's not that other than green, get a +1 counter. Wasteland are Dark Depths. Well, they can just Wasteland it again, although I guess if I pop Vampire Hexmage, it forces them to Wasteland again, so I basically get to destroy 2 lands with the Hexmage. That seems worth it. All right, sack Hexmage, target this, then they have to Wasteland again. Stifle. Stifle, you say. All right, let's flash Bowmaster. So, let's see. Let's kill Questing Druid before it starts getting out of hand. So, Bowmasters comes into play, trigger, target the Questing Druid, so it dies before it gets the counter. And then that fizzles, and then Surveil, then Stifle resolves, then Wasteland resolves. All right, so I can also crop rotation for Dark Depths and do it again. So Thespian Stage. If I attack with everything, they can trade with a Bowmaster, but that's fine. Alternatively, I just Abrupt Decay this DRC and then just keep hitting them. Actually, yeah, so let's go kill this and go to combat. Attack with everything but Reclaimer. So swing here, swing here, swing here. And then I'm just going to Bojuka Bog them, I think, on their upkeep. Get rid of one of the stages. Bojuka Bog. Target you. Shuts off any sort of Murktide or Hooting Mandrill shenanigans. All right, we won that. So once again, Delver means we want Edict, Choke, Endurance, not as many of these. And then obviously we want to get through their counter spells, but like it's so bad when we're both in top deck modes to draw Hand Disruption. All right, do that. Do you think they should unban Depths in Modern because of all the answers they printed for it? At this point, I no longer care about Modern at all. I think the format is just totally screwed. I think they should either ban the 43 cards I said in my Every Ring is Fine video, or they should just unban pretty much everything. Like, keep the absolutely most egregious cards banned, like Oko, Astrolabe, that kind of stuff, and don't unban any of the fast mana, but everything else I'm fine with. Because who cares at this point? Like, the format is so degenerate and unfun. You may as well. All right, we have Depths, but we don't have anything else going on. We do have Bowmasters and Abrupt Decay, which is okay. 5 lands in the hand is not very good, though. It's like keepable, though. It's like I don't want to mulligan this because it does have multiple answers and one half of the combo. Bobble again. Tropical Island. Dryad Arbor. Well, I'm not playing that, so I guess I play Verdant Catacombs to get around Wasteland. Cracks Bobble. Plays Misty Rainforest. Cracks. Volcanic Island. Plays DRC. All right, is it better to Bowmaster or just Decay and Ensure? All right, well, I have to respond to that. I guess I allow Surveil to resolve first. All right, Fetch. And I have so many non-basics in my hand anyway that let's just grab Bayou. All right, well, now I'm definitely holding Abrupt Decay for this and Bowmastering this. I guess I also have Boseiju for that too. They're naming Vampire Hexmage, sure. So they can have days. If they do have days, whether I play it now or on their turn, it doesn't matter. So, Bowmasters. All right, they did have days. Very well, sir. He has been thoroughly dazed. Pitching or surveilling Bolt to the graveyard. So there are 3 types. Brainstorm, surveilling Force of Will, Polluted Delta, Volcanic Island. Tax for 1. We go to 18. I don't think there's a way that I can play this, and I'm thinking like I want it to be a 3/4 so it doesn't get bolted, but I'd have to wait multiple turns for that to be the case. So rather than doing that, I guess I decay this first, and then if they do have a bolt, they don't get to surveil. So, Alpha Maya, Abrupt Decay here, play Reclaimer, and pass. So if it doesn't die, oh, they have days too. I was thinking about playing around days as well, but I'm like, what's more likely? They have another days or they have another bolt? I guess I should have played around. So I didn't play around days twice and got days twice. So that'll get lesson learned, I guess. All right, let's Peat land, I suppose. Draw a card. Well, that'll be good next turn. I actually can't activate Hexmage right now. I can activate Hexmage after I Boseiju it, though, so that's fine. All right, pass back to them. Ponder. Polluted Delta. Well, at least they're not playing any threats. All right, so let's just Boseiju this now. All right, let's once again not bother to play around days. Invasion Xs2. All right, it resolved. Search library for Hexmage. Well, they have a Wasteland, so we can't Hexmage the Depths anymore. Kind of. 3 cards in hand, plays Uro, sure. Trigger. Technically, I can go Dark Depths and then Thespian Stage, and if they try to... Actually, no, then I can't do that, right? Because if I stage, they just Wasteland the stage. So that doesn't work. Ooh, and Crop Rotation, eh? So they get Uro back next turn, right? Unless I Crop Rotate for Bajuka Bog right now, they have to not counter it. So let's see. What if I go Dark Depths, attempt to copy it with Thespian Stage, then they'll go Wasteland the stage, and then I go in response Crop Rotate the stage. It does leave me not able to pay for days anymore, though. Although, no, if they Wasteland the stage, then I still have a Dark Depths in play, and then I just Hexmage it, right? So I should attack the invasion first, in case something goes wrong here. So attack the invasion. So let me just make sure I've got this correct before I do it, before I commit to it. I go Dark Depths, and then I go Stage the Depths. If they Wasteland in response, I just Hexmage it in response, and then I get a 20/20. If they Wasteland the stage, then I still have a Dark Depths in play, and then I just Hexmage it, and same deal. And I have Crop Rotation as well. So the only way this doesn't kill them is if they get back Uro, basically. They can also have a bounce spell, I suppose. I really want to get rid of this Uro. So let's go Dark Depths. And then the only question is, when do I do this? I guess in their upkeep, does it matter? Not really. I guess I do it. Yeah, all right. Pass turn. Okay. Are they just going to unearth Uro? They played Boseiju. Absolutely zero respect for Boseiju. All right, so Uro comes back, and then they're at 23 and don't die yet. Uro triggers. They go to 23, and they have an Uro. All right, let's do this on end step. Thespian Stage. become copy of depths, tap, tap. All right, they just allow it to go through. So keep the stage. Wasteland in response. Yeah. And so I forgot this was a trigger on the stack. I forgot that it doesn't just happen immediately. So I can what? Hex Mage this, or I can crop rotation for another one, right? Yeah, so crop rotate the one that they're wastelanding. Go grab another Dark Depths. And then Hex Mage this one. So it sucks that, oh my god, Stifle. All right. Okay then. Well, we need to draw something really good really fast. I guess I can Karakas this Uro, but that's like so bad. But I guess I'm doing that. Back over to you, opponent. I mean, I guess it's better that they have to keep paying 3 mana to use it rather than just having it. Bounce Uro. Plays Seek the Beast, exiling Brainstorm Land? Is that what it is? I wish it didn't group them all together. Cast Questing Druid. Okay, so yeah, Flooded Strand Brainstorm. Brainstorm resolves. All right, let's start very slowly removing the counters from this. Play Bayou and go. Crack Flooded Strand. Volcanic Island. Life from the Loam on a whole bunch of things, including Wasteland. All right, we're super incredibly dead now. So they can just start loaming Wasteland back into play every single turn now. And they have the Wasteland for our Dark Depths, so we can never actually win with it. All right, Uro. Mishra's Bauble. They didn't even attack. All right, remove an ice counter. Cracks the Bauble. Remove an ice counter. Wastelands now. All right. Wait, when did they have a second Wasteland? They had a second Wasteland? Oh, I didn't even notice that. Bauble Trigger. Well, we drew our Wasteland, but it doesn't matter because they have Loam, so we're dead. All right. So, yeah, this seems to be still good. I'm not going to bring in Surgical just for thought, just for Uro. So, I guess Surgical is relevant for Loam. So, they have Loam and Uro, but I already have Endurance and Bajuka Bog. That should be enough. All right, so Thoughtseize is, like, super ineffective in this matchup. It's just, like, get more value stuff. No, I guess it is relevant to take Stifle. We've been blown out by Stifle a few times. All right, let's run this. On the play, we've got some decent stuff going on here. Let's keep this. Bayou, go. Misty Rainforest, fetch. Volcanic. Plays Darcy. So, do they have days? I guess I can play around days. Bayou, Ox Diamond, pitching, Boseiju. Let's do the Bowmasters now so they can't stifle the trigger. Kill your Darcy. Tropical Island, pass. Another Mox Diamond. All right, stage. What can they flash at an instant speed that matters here? I don't think anything. We just attack with Bowmasters. Swing, swing. If they do have a daze, I would rather Library Resolve. So let's play that first. Sylvan Library. Hex Mage. Blue and red. Seek the Beast. They exiled Ponder and a land. They do have daze. All right. Plays the Delta. Bolts are Bowmasters. And then they get to Ponder. All right, so we're pretty much forced to draw anything off of the library to keep up. Trigger. I would like to use the ability. Pay 4 life to keep it. Pay 4 life to keep it. All right, well, Karakas, Elvish Reclaimer, Vampire Hexmage, and attack with the Orc Army. So if this doesn't die, I can fetch out Dark Depths next turn. Opponent brainstorms. Plays Darcy, which is Delirious. All right, so draw, Sylvan Library triggers, use the ability. That is excellent. So let's put this on top and then keep this. And now this can instant speed Sajiri Step. So duress the opponent. What is in your hand? Stifle, Brainstorm, Loam. So we take Stifle and then, yeah, Dark Depths, sack here, remove all the counters. Trigger, make Merit Lage. Gets around Wasteland, and then we still have this to fetch Sajiri Step if we need it. Pass to the opponent. Opponent fetches. Didn't Brainstorm. Why wouldn't you Brainstorm there? Now they cast Brainstorm. So they may or may not have any of these. All right, we won. We went 4-1 with Golgari Depths. So let me think. I really don't like this game plan. I think Invasion of Ikoria is way too slow. I don't think that the 8-8 was relevant like ever in any of the matchups. I mean, I do like Hexmage, but I don't like Invasion. So I feel like these should be gone and be something else. Other than that, it felt pretty good. I do feel like this should be some kind of like better later game engine or threat that is more capable of winning, because paying 4 mana to go grab a Hexmage and sack it to make an 8-8 with reach and is kind of hard to block is just not very good. This should just be, I don't know, if it's not something directly tied to the Dark Depths plan, then it should be like a Shieldred or something. Like basically, so the Depths decks usually have Knight of the Reliquary, which is both a really big threat and a thing that can tutor out all your pieces. So if you're not playing that, I get the reasoning behind this, but it just felt bad, like pretty much the whole league. But the deck overall does feel good. I do think the green-white version is better, though.